Hyeji's quirky entrance, and her existence in Muchang in general, leaves Yongran absolutely shocked as she tries to tell Dongmin who she is. Hyeji, meanwhile, continues to be absolutely odd to everyone around, leaving them confused and a little creeped out. She later confesses to Yongran that telling Sunyong her location will fetch her a handsome reward. In exchange for keeping things quiet, she blackmails her into being her friend before they join the evening's festivities to welcome her to the town. After a rather awkward but satisfying evening, everyone seems to have warmed up to Yongran, while in Seoul, things take a darker turn when Seon-woo finds So-young at work. However, they come up with a working relationship in hopes of finding Yongran, while Hyeji goes through Yongran's things and finds her bag of cash. Meanwhile, Yongran and Dongmin's relationship improves as the two go out to fetch strawberries. Later that day, Don is arrested, and he starts Plan B, which results in Yongran sending an email to the press saying that Seon-woo is attempting to sell the company. When Pyo Seung-hee gets the email, she makes her way to talk to Don in the police station. Afterwards, the news makes it to the press, and it leaves everyone shocked and irate. As it turns out, this was always Yongran's plan all along. At Muchang, Dongmin slowly puts two and two together and realizes that Busami might just be Yongran in disguise. Without a second thought, he finally confronts her with the question, and Yongran can't sweep it under the rug this time. The episode opens with Dongmin calling Yongran by her real name and taking her by surprise. Although she tries to deflect, he is adamant that he knows her from Sung-ho's house. She asks him what he wants in exchange for his silence, and although it takes him by surprise, it's clear that he doesn't want her money. This leaves a sour taste in both their mouths, and afterwards, Yongran rushes home to learn about Dongmin's weakness from Dawn. However, in the end, Yongran finds herself wondering whether the idea of settling in Muchang is such a bad idea, and instead of going nuclear, sort of asks Dongmin not to expose her to anyone else. In Seoul, Sun-young desperately tries to pull the favor to her side and forces Seon-woo to step down while giving dirt on the board members to Sung-hee. While things escalate in Seoul, Yongran desperately tries to leave a mark on the villagers while trying to keep an eye on Dongmin, lest he spills her secrets. After a hard day of being a princess, Yongran and the others try to stop Sung-tae from digging up the kindergarten, and it ends with her getting arrested, while Sung-hee goes through the evidence presented by Sun-young and is left confused about her motivations. Hearing about Yongran's arrest, Dawn rushes to her aid and swiftly turns the case around, resulting in Sung-tae owing Yongran, Dongmin, and the kindergarten money. At the press conference, Sun-young tells everyone that Seon-woo attempted to end his life earlier that day and turns the entire narrative around, painting her brother in a tragic light. In the end, she promises to do her best to restore Gaseong Group's glory. At Muchang, Yongran is followed by Seon-woo and his men, which leaves her to scramble to safety in Dongmin's car. When they are cornered, Dongmin and Yongran end up getting into a fistfight with the entire gang. Thankfully, the police arrive before things get more dangerous, and they all run to safety. Realizing that there's danger to those around her, Yongran decides to leave Muchang, but Dongmin implores her to stay, and he promises to keep her safe. Meanwhile, Seon-woo, trying to run from the police, crashes into a tree.